Hey everybody, I thought I would try to show the best way to restring a guitar. I've always watched it all my life on YouTube, so I'm going to show you the best couple of videos that I've seen and kind of combined it together over my years of playing. This is a Takamine, a very nice guitar. I have no idea what model it is. My friend let me borrow it. But me and Blaze are going to show you how to change the strings. First off, I've got some Martins bronze. I've got mediums, 80/20s. I like the way that they grip on my fingers. I'm more of like a bluegrass player, so I like the way that it grips on my finger. Like 80/20, when you see that on there, bronze, that means it's gonna be a little thicker. Kind of grips on your fingertips. Been playing guitar all night, I can barely breathe. These are phosphorus bronze. These are not 80/20s like the others, but these are mediums as well. These are like slick, so your fingers can slide. It's more of like a wow, wow. Or the bluegrass is more of the pick and bend, and your fingers are gonna grip in there. That's what I think the difference between the 80/20s and the phosphorus. Probably screwing that up, murdering that word. Phosphor bronze. You'll also see like nylon strings. They go over there to those. But I'm going to use my bluegrass strings, which are my 80/20s, which have better grip. First off, I've unloosened every string, so it's easy to get off first. Once I finally cut these, it's a terrible view, and let's pick up the guitar. Oh, better change that camera view around. So when I start removing the strings, if you look on the sides, I'll show you once I take these strings off, you're gonna want to line these holes up identical. So when you put the strings in there, they go straight in there. So it's not, like the hole facing that way or the hole facing this way. You want it facing north, south. So when I can see all the way through there. Blazy, sorry about that. Time to cut. Elephants. I actually got to cut it up here because I always like to save my strings. So like I was saying, next, I'm gonna get these cords wound up so you can see through all of them, directly through. So basically, I've got all these lined up. You can pretty much get the point of that. Also, if any of these are like really loose, right on the very end, there's a little baby Phillips head screwdriver. You can tighten that up if you have to. They should all be pretty tight, but some like this one right here, see that's loose. I need to go get a Phillips head screwdriver and tighten that up. They should all be like that quality right there. Also on the very back, if that's really loose, then that's another factor. You want to stop what you're doing and go take care of that. If I said it earlier, I lied. There's 3 tools you'll need. Wire cutters. Man, I'm the worst about losing tools. I don't know about y'all. Needle nose pliers. Phillips head screwdriver just in case. You see how that's flopping around? That should not be that way. There we go. See, it gets some bite. And then you want to make sure it's back lined up again. Keep going. So we're talking about the needle nose pliers. Boo. Just take out these pins. This is a lot of friction here, so it's gonna have to come straight up. There should not be any hard pulling on this at all. They should just come straight out. I've never worked on this guitar before, so see how it comes out. Straight out, see? What it is the friction of it. It should just come straight up. You start bending it just a slight angle is gonna hurt it. You don't ever want to hammer these things either in. They will work themselves down deeper as you play with your strings as they stretch. So it's good if they're maybe just a tiny bit loose. Not loose, but you know what I'm saying. Man, when I first got a guitar, I was hammering these things. Everybody taught me about treating them with respect. Like I said, I cut mine long. I always tie mine up like this. I use them to hang them on my paintings. Here we go. So I'm putting Martins on this top. I like them because they're thicker. I'm going to play it, and it's going to be plugged in. So it really doesn't matter. Some people are going to want to put lights on here, which, to your preference, how long have you been playing? Some things when you got this thing stripped down you want to look at. Right here on the neck. See where this right here? See how this one is connected to the guitar. This is a $2,000 guitar. Some of the cheaper models, this is going to fall out, so you want to be careful. You know, if you've just got like a Yamaha or a Fender, I've got a Fender over here, they play just as good. That Fender, the Yamaha over there plugged in, sounds just as, not just as good, but you know, it sounds great. You want to make sure this does not fall out. Keep it all clean. This one's connected. Keep your holes lined up. Got our chord, elephants and a donkeys. D, grow, G, big ears. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. E-A-D-G-B, 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 E-A-D-G-B. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. You'll never forget it now. All right, so we're gonna start with the E string, the first string, elephant. So E, pop this bad boy out. Booyah. Uh-oh, Blazy. I like to bend these right here where you see where it's connected. Bend that good, just with your fingers. See that right there? That's it. I'm going to drop it down the hole. That's the E hole. That's the big one, elephant. The big nostril that hangs down. I'll carry on with that. Elephants and donkeys grow big ears. Keep it E-A-D-G-B-E all the way down. Just follow your chords. On the front of these pins, there's a little hole, notch. There you go. That's where the string fits. So if it was turned around backwards, it would be the friction of that would be, you know, kind of holding back. So you want to make sure that's turned forward when it goes down in that hole so your string lines up right with it. See how the string kind of falls in that little groove? These are my thicker strings too. Feel like they bite your fingers real well. A. And you get to your final B and E strings, they're gonna be a little bit thinner. When you're tightening these up, you gotta be very careful with them, not to tune them into tune. So elephants and donkeys grow big ears. On your little tuner, it's gonna be E-A-D-G-B-E, and you're gonna tune them right below whatever would be. So E would be B, A would be whatever's right for it. I'm not good at a lot of things. But we're good at what we practice at. So when I was coming back across these things, you might realize, oh, a little loose baby there, so just push it down with your thumb. See, in my older days, I used to take a hammer out and hammer these things, like with one of those soft hammers, but still, it's horrible for the body. Make all sure these all pull down. And just lay them to the side of your guitar right there on the neck. If you don't have a neck, just right to the side, and you got E, A, D, G, B, E right there. And then we're gonna go up to the neck, and I'm gonna show you that on the next spot. All right. We've got the E string. E string is going to go where? To how we already lined it up, and it's gonna go straight down here, straight into it like that. See, straight in there, straight down in there. And you wanna give, all right, you see where this thing, the new connection is, the cords? You wanna give about 5 inches of slack. Maybe 6. Of course, it's not gonna be the same on the next string, or the next, because they're a little bit further away and the strings are not as thick. So once we got about 5 inches of slack here, let me show you. Gregg's guitar, he's got a great tutorial in here. Let me just show you how he's got a good wraparound. I printed off. This is my cheat sheet that I always use when I'm going. So when you go straight through, then you're gonna loop it around. What does a loop around mean? All right, so we got our 5 inches of slack here. Let's see, my fingers are 6 inches from there to there. So we got our 5 inches of slack, and then we're gonna loop it around. So make sure we got plenty of slack, and we're going to go a little bit more. Loop around. I left, let's see, how much did I leave? 4.5. So once I've got it looped around, I'm gonna bend that up so it bites in place. And then we're gonna go clockwise. You're gonna go clockwise so you see where it's pulling forward. And I'm gonna keep my finger right here so it keeps tension right there, so when it bites into the white bridge. So the whole time I'm spinning, I'm gonna keep my finger right there because it's getting every little intertwine below the other one. You wanna have about 3 wraparounds. Whew. These lights are hot. Each loop is going right below the next, and it's falling right into that first pin. This is our E string, this is our elephant string. See how each loop fell below? That's why I kept my finger density down, pushed on it. Like I said, you don't want to tune it into a string, pop those pegs out. I've had a peg shoot up, straight up into the ceiling one time, and straight across the room. Some people might like to leave this on, but I'm gonna go ahead and clip mine off. Just gonna make sure that it's just almost 1 octave below what it should be. E, my first string should be tuned to E. Usually, but I want it below, so I don't want it in tune. You're gonna go up to your A string, do the same thing, go through, get those holes lined up. You're gonna leave yourself about 3 inches of slack. 3 or 4 inches of slack, same exact way. All right, then I'm leaving 3.5 inches on this one. I'll try to like mark it every time. You don't have to. I'm kind of obsessive about it. There we go. All right, I'm gonna loop around. Pull tight, keep your finger there. Pull this up, this locks it in place. See it pull it over like that? Keep your finger there, start twisting up. Each wind is gonna go right below the next one. You wanna have about 3 winds. Like I said, you don't wanna tune into pitch, but close enough so the string starts stretching out. Finger falls beneath. Hey, you watch it. Elephants and what? This is the donkey string, Blazy. Donkey string, the top one. Through. Now this is the top string. So you know where I'm talking about the slack right there? See that little, the silver and the gold? That's the slack. So on the top string, you're not gonna wanna leave that 4 or 5 inches of slack. You wanna leave about 3.5, 2.5 maybe. So here's what I'm leaving too. So now we're on the other side, on the bottom 3. We're on the grow, the G, the grow big ears part, the G. So we're to the top. We're gonna go through same way it has that entrance hole on that side. You're always going towards that side. Then you're gonna loop around, same exact way. Gonna have that about 3 inches of slack. You're gonna loop it around. You're gonna watch your pins, pull that tight. Watch your other peg holes. This one is gonna go forward, the opposite way, it's counterclockwise. The other side was clockwise, this is counterclockwise. It might be clockwise, y'all don't call me crazy. It might be clockwise the other way around. And make sure that just falls in the hole. Check your tuner pegs, make sure they're not popping out down there either. B is a string right here, this B string. Usually gives people problems. You wanna make sure you get enough of those wraparounds, 2 or 3. Where are you going? Bottom B and E string are silver compared to your gold. There's thinner, so you got to be a little bit more gentle with them, so don't bite them real hard. It's 2 inches, 3 inches slack. Bend around. Coming! Gotta go tell them good night. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it down to the final string. Again, we're gonna go straight through the side. Make sure, also forgot to tell y'all, don't go below the other strings. Probably a lot I forgot to tell you. I'm trying to tell you the basics. I learned from Gregg's Guitar. He's a YouTube channel on here. He's where I've used OG 10 years ago. Give about 3 or 4 inches of slack. Loop that. Bro, I'm sweating so bad. These lights are too hot. E, A, D, G, V, E. We did it. Knuckle bump. Knuckle bump. Oh my gosh. High five. Kisses. Thank you. The best I can remember. I got it pretty close now. Let's see.
It was very nice working with you. It's a pleasure.